Hello, and welcome back to Ep.18 to the Sky. In this video, we're going to be talking about the mystical agriculture stuff. And I'm going to talk about how I set up my mystical agriculture farm, like right here, how I'm going to process the mystical agriculture essences, and I'm going to talk about a slow option and a fast option. So you can do whatever you want in order to deal with your mystical agriculture stuff, and how you're going to process your essences, etc., etc. You can do it my way, or you can do some my way, or you can do your way if you don't like my way. It's totally cool. You do you, and I do me. So anyway, this is my mystical agriculture farm right here. I am rocking the harvester pylon with the unbreakable hole right inside there. There's a water block under it. There's chest on top. There's modular router taking the stuff out of the chest into a drawer system. And over here, we have a 9x9 plot with growth accelerators and checkered farmland right here with the red fertilizer on each of the farmland. And then I have this agriculture crops growing on the farmland right there. Now, of course, I could add the crop sticks from Pneumatic Craft. I could also add the lily pads right there, right on the side. I could add even more if I want to do that. Maybe that'll make a tiny difference. Who knows? Maybe not. Who knows? So anyway, this entire thing is casual mode right here. It's not the fast option in the particular pack. I will be discussing the fast option of the pack. This is more of a set it and forget it, and then come back. You have loads. So this is like a casual farm plot right there. As you can see, it's it's going about this rate, about this particular speed. Now I also have the boosted growth accelerators right there from the growth accelerator tiers. Normally you would use this on the Geos, etc., over the regular ones. And back in all the mods 10, I just used the regular growth accelerators, the crystal resonance generator. I decided to try the boosted growth accelerator, see if it does makes a difference. But does it make a difference? I can't see a difference. It's unconfirmed information. This is like an experiment, just to see if it does anything. So I don't think it makes that much of a difference with Boost Accelerator, if it does anything at all. So yeah, I don't see it going bird or fast or whatever with the boosted growth accelerators. And no, I can't put them next to each other, unfortunately. So yeah, under each growth accelerators, I have a power cable just powering all the growth accelerators. So if it's not for the boosted growth accelerators, I just put like a crystal resin generator on the regular ones and be done with it. Really, really. So yeah, do the lily pads make a difference? I don't know. Do you see a difference? Every once in a while, it makes a bone mealing sound. So maybe I just need a whole lot more. It just be a whole lot more, or maybe it doesn't go any faster. It just doesn't go any faster in this kind of configuration. No, it's maybe it's diminishing returns, but who knows? But of course, anyway, this is like casual mode. It's a slower method of getting your mystical agriculture stuff, and yeah, you make this knowing that you are going to set it and forget it and come back and you get loads of stuff. So yeah, let's go down here. I have my drawer system right there. I already have like over 2 million Ethereum essence. I can already make the Insanium and etc. etc. And yes, I know about the RF Tools Crafter. You can use that if you want to do that. But I'm also using the Quantum Crafter right inside here. Right there. Just to make my Nerd Star essences and everything like that. I also have a Botany pot from Botany Pot's mod. You can duplicate your seeds with that. So cool. You don't have to go through the process of putting your seeds in Sanium Essence inside the Infusion altar just to make the seeds. After you get the first seed, you can totally put that in the Botany pot and duplicate it. So cool. It works with the Nether Star seeds. I haven't tried it with the other seeds, but I would imagine it works with the other seeds. So anyway, going back to the Infusion altar, don't forget to put the block of redstone like right under it. Just gotta let you know, there is a block of redstone like right under it. You know, to just let the people know. You know, let those people know who likes to grab the low-hanging fruit. There's a block of redstone like right under there. Just to let you know, okay? And to just let those people know that I know about the crafter from RF Tools. Right here. Right here. Okay? You use that if you want to. I didn't. Okay? I just used the autocrafting A2. I'm going to use the quantum crafters. You use whatever the heck you want. Whatever the heck you want. So in order to deal with your processing of mystical agriculture essences and everything like that, I am going to be using the AE autocrafting. You can do that too if you want to. And that is before the quantum computer. So I managed to do that. So cool. It's totally, absolutely doable. So you can do that if you want to. So anyway, going back to here, here's the fast option. Hydro beds. That's right, industrial foregoing hydro bed. This is the regular one. Takes ether gas, water, etc., etc. And then here's the simulated hydro bed, which goes fast, like that, like fast right there. And what's the efficiency right now? Oh yeah, efficiency 2. So that means I get like 2.02 times the nether star essence, like 12 essence right there. Every cycle is like 12 essence. So cool. Maybe 13. Was that 3? I don't know. So anyway, Industrial Foregoing has the tier 8 add-ons right there. So once you make that, you can make it go a lot faster. Go a lot faster. So cool. And no, we don't have Soul Searching in the pack. That's a shame right there. So how many nether stars do I have right now? Oh, 37,000. Nice. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so you want to see me go through the process of talking about mystical agriculture in this particular video, stay tuned. But keep in mind that I will not be discussing the lily pads in the video because I wasn't able to make that when I was recording the video. I have it now. I can make it now. So cool. And I don't think it does that much of a make that much of a difference on my particular setup over here. You can use it if you want to, and then you can go ham on it. You know, put it under here, put it on the side, put it everywhere, and then make things go burr. So cool. Boost accelerators, I can take it or leave it. I can just put the regular ones back on there, and it'll just work fine. It'll just work fine. It'll just be like all the mods 10. So cool. And then another thing you can do, you use the just starter things dirt in order to automate the process. It's very super convenient. You can use that if you want to. And then you can also do, what was the other one? I don't know. I guess you can make a farm machine or something like that from Industrial Foregoing, and then you can do it that way if you want to. There's more than one way in order to deal with your mystical agriculture essence. So use whatever you want. You could even use botany pots if you're willing to wait that long for it. So cool. So yeah, stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 10 to the Sky. Today, we'll be doing some mystical agriculture. That's right, mystical agriculture is in this pack, just not a lot of seeds, as you can see right there. I don't even see any aluminum seeds in here, but there are a couple of seeds of interest that we would like to do, and that is the, where is it? Nether Star seeds and Dragon Egg seeds. And maybe a couple of other seeds as well, because, you know, they're useful. They're useful. They give you resources. So anyway, we're going to make another plot of farm over here. I already have one going right there. It's mostly Inferium. Now, of course, this is my way of making this particular farm. You can do whatever you want. However you want to deal with your mystical agriculture, whether by growing it or processing the essences or whatever. You can do it my way or you can do it a different way. And it's totally up to you. There's more than one way in order to do this. So if you like to do it my way, cool. You want to do it your way, that's cool too. So I'm just giving you upfront information. So if you don't like what you see, then, you know, take it how it is, you know? You can either do it my way or you can do it your way. That's fine too. So anyway, we're going to make a second plot right over here. And in order to get started with mystical agriculture, all you gotta do is get some Inferium essence. Right there. Right there. So, take out a mob, you know, take them down, and sometimes they drop Inferium essence. And you can take that, combine it with a seed, and make Inferium seeds, which is right there. So once you get a whole load of Inferium, you can start your mystical agriculture journey, because there are a whole bunch of essences that you can make in mystical agriculture. Right there. Yeah, these are all the essences that you can get, as far as I know anyway. And once you get your Inferium essence, you can go up to Prudentium, Ursium, Imperium, Supremium, Awaken. And then there's also Insanium right there, which is an add-on. And oh, Creative Essence. How quaint. So why do you need like whole different tiers of this stuff? Well, the higher seeds that you go, such as, let's say, the Nether Star seeds, you're going to need higher and higher essence in order to craft those particular seeds. So you can plant them down and get those particular resources. So yeah, that's why we have different types of tiers of essences. So that's not to say it's not hard to do, but it's also not without some bit of work. So yeah, once you set things up, then it's cool. You can get like a whole load of resources like that. And then once you set up your autocrafting or whatever crafting of your choice in order to give essences, then you know, you set it and you forget it. And then you get like a whole load of resources right there. So let's get started with that. And let's see. This second plot right over here, it's a regular old farm. It's a 9x9 plot of farm right there. And have some farmland. And you may notice that it's checkered pattern. And every other square has a power cable in it. So I'm going to get some cables out. And the reason why we get some cables out is because we're going to place down some growth accelerators. Here's the boosted one, and here's some growth accelerators. Now, in this particular pack, there is a mod called Growth Accelerator Tiers, and this boosted growth accelerator makes things go a lot faster than your average growth accelerator, which is from AE2. This is the normal one right there. Now, of course, in the previous series of Automods 10, you see me use growth accelerators with the crystal resonance generator, which is right there. Now the thing is, it can power 2 of these growth accelerators, and this is like about, I don't know, 1 point something K AE power or something like that. But this one's like 5 or 6, so that means you'll probably need more power in order to power up your boosted growth accelerators. So yeah, that's why we're plunking down some power cables, because this is probably not going to cut it. So we're probably going to use the power cables in order to power the boosted ones. And yeah, I do agree. You can, place down crystal resonance generator for one of these growth accelerators, but then it's just going to look a little bit off. It's not going to look even. And you're placing down power cables for boosted ones anyway, so you might as well just, power up the regular growth accelerators that way anyway. So yeah, let's get that done. So down here, we're going to set up the cables. So let's connect the cables here. All right, are they all connected? All right, cool. Over here. Okay, that's fine. All right, now that we have it connected, we might as well just cover it up a little bit. Let me get some diorite slabs over here. They'll make it look a little bit nicer. I mean, we don't have the covers in here yet, so that means we can't cover up the cables and make it look a little nicer. That's why it's down here instead of up there, Put all the cables on the ground. And that looks okay. Yeah, alright, that's fine. That's fine by me. Alright, now that we have the power cables connected, we're going to go back up there. Then we can plunk down some growth accelerators. But before we do that, we'll get out the good old red fertilizer. Red fertilizer. Okay, come on. Okay. Okay, so the red fertilizer is from farming with blockheads, and it speeds up growth. So you just place it down your farmland like this. And that helps the crops grow just a little bit faster, Alright, there we have it. Now, in the center, right in the center, under this harvester pylon, there's a block of water, like right there. So on top of the water, we have a harvester pylon with a all-aluminum hull, which is unbreakable, by the way. Don't know if the fortune applies, but I like to think so, but it probably won't apply. So it's just a hole after all. So we have a 9x9, which is the max size, and it's on, so cool. And it does not require power, it just goes. It just goes. And then we have a chest on top with couple of stack upgrades. And yeah, so let's plunk down some growth accelerators. So now, over here, and plunk it down on the power cables over there. And you may notice that when I mouse over it, it says device offline. Well, there's no power going through his cables yet, so cool. Alright, so you may notice that they are all together, and I only made enough for, this. It's not even half the plot here over here, so we're going to get our flux stuff right out here, and I'll make one of these here, and plunk down the flux point right below. We'll probably put it in the corner right over here, and let's see, what network should we use? Okay, we'll use this one for now. Alright, cool. Now, you may notice that when you mouse over it, it's 6.4 thousand AE. So yeah, it's using that much power for the boosted growth accelerators. And if I plunk down like a regular old like growth accelerator, like right down here, it's like 1.6k AE. So already you can see that this one uses more power than the regular growth accelerators. Yeah, so I'm going to get these up here now because that's not how you're supposed to place the boosted growth accelerators. So let me get some more cables. We might need a couple more of that. Some more out there. Okay, great. Now, when I get one of these out here, like that, and you may notice that the cable's already powered. It has power in it. So when I plug down the growth accelerators, it's going to get power. So if I do this, it's still fine. It's still totally okay. So when I get some seeds out, so let me get some ready-made seeds, and I have some nether star seeds, and I'll show you later in the episode how you can duplicate these. So yeah, let's plunk down some seeds, like right here. And oh, what is this? Accelerator conflict. Oh, yeah. So the boosted growth accelerators, they do not like to share. So since there's this one crop like right here, and if you put like a boost accelerator on, this crop, and a boost accelerator on this crop, they don't want to share that. So that's why I only have so much for this plot. So what you're gonna do is, space them apart, unfortunately. Put it like that, put it like that, put it like that. Just like how I have it over here. That's the reason why I don't put all the boosted growth accelerators down, because they don't work well together. Alright, there we go. And then the rest of these are just growth accelerators right there. Alright, there we have it. So that's my pattern. You can arrange it however you like, Just know that I'm using the growth accelerators, with the boosted ones, mind you. And it's a harvested pylon with red fertilizer. And that's it, that's it. Is it the fastest thing in the world? No. It's more of a casual farm, let's just say. And I will be showing you the fast way in order to get your mystical agriculture essence later. So let me tell you how to make these particular seeds right here and the rest of the essence. So let's go down here. And we already have the altar. We'll talk about the altar later. And it's all the way over here. Okay. All right. So this is the room where I'll be pulling the stuff out. So let me get another router. Okay. Give me one of these. And then it should be up here, right? Okay, it's up here. Now put that like right there. All right, going to need a polar module. Now, of course, you don't have to use a router if you want to. You can just pipe it out of the chest if you want to do that. Okay. Then we'll set this to O. Now, since there's nothing in it, it's probably not going to do anything. All right, sender. And then we'll just send it to our drawers. Which is, wrong one. We'll talk about that later too. All right, then we'll put that right there. Hey, you might want to put some speed upgrades later. And do I have any stack upgrades? Okay, I have it. Might as well do it. All right, there we go. Got some speed and stack upgrades inside this router, so it'll transfer fast. And once I plunk down some seeds, it's going to get some essence, transfer the contents out of that chest through the router and into the drawer system, such as over here. So I already have Inferium growing up there, so I have like a butt ton of Inferium. As you can see, it's like 2 billion now. And I have some room for the upgraded essences as well, if I want to make some more. I have some dye essence over here. I have some, what are these called again? Fertilized essence. I have the nature essence over here. Have the air essence, earth, fire, water, and what's the heart? What the heck? I'm missing the... Okay, never mind. Alright, so we have the dragon egg essence as well, and yeah, that's these and the nether star right here, that's kind of important, and we'll talk about that later. So, how do you get the seed? Well, the nether star seeds, that's quite important right there, because it's, you know, nether stars. It's a very expensive exotic material, and we very much like to have that. And here's the recipe for that. Insanium essence, nether stars, prosperity seed base. So the insanium essence is the top of the tier of the essence. It's higher than supremium. Can you believe that? So yeah. So how do you get that? Well, let's take a look at the essences and see how you can get up there. So here is the prudentium. It's one tier right after inferium. So in order to get that, you need to make the crystal, which is the inferium crystal, and combine it with inferium, and you get the prudentium essence. So how do you get the next one, tertium? Well, you just need the prudentium crystal and the prudentium essence right there, and then you make tertium. And how do you make it? You get the idea, right? If the next one requires its own crystal, then the next one requires its own crystal in order to get up there. But hey, what's this? What's the master infusion crystals? Well, once you get all the way up there, you can then make the master infusion crystals. So here's the recipe for that. Supremium crystal. They're both red. And yeah, prosperity shards and insanium essence. Make sure you use the master infusion crystals. And then once you make this one, you can then use that to make everything else. You know, prudentium, tertium, imperium, supremium. You know, the works, without having to resort to different tiers of breakable crystals. So cool. All right, so once you get up to insanium, then you can make your nether star seeds right there. Insanium, nether stars, and prosperity seed base. So, but of course, you're going to need something like this in order to make your seeds. This is the infusion altar, right in the center, right there. And then you have 8 pedestals right there. They're real easy to make. A red wool, gold ingots, stone, including the pedestals, which requires even less, which is right there. So at some point, you're going to need to make the other pedestal, which is the awakened pedestal right there. So that's just orange wool and some soulstone. Soulstone you can get from, let's see, cobble soulstone, solium dust. Let's see how you get this one. Ah, yes, you sieve soul sand with solium dust. All right, so that's how you get that stuff. So that means there's going to be another altar that you need to make, which is the awakened altar. So press U on this. Let's see what we can do with this one. Ah, yes, you can make the tools out of that. Look at this. Nice. Applications. So you can do that if you want to. I'm going to do that later on. So cool. Not in this episode, by the way. Yeah, this is the infusion altar. You can put all your stuff on these pedestals, and you can make all your seeds right there, as long as you have the materials, that is. So one more important thing that you need to do with your altar in order to make it work, and that is the redstone block, like right down there. Right down there. That's a very important component to any infusion altar. You can't use it without a redstone block. Do you really need this in order to work? No. You just put a button on it, lever, whatever. Hey, maybe you can right click it and it'll still work. But why are you telling us about the block of redstone then? Because if I don't say anything about the redstone, someone will grab the low-hanging fruit and tell me about it. So, cool. So there you go. That's why I put glass over here, so those types of people can see the block of redstone right there. All right? So, cool. Just light that back up. Oh, change. Oh, I changed the modes. Okay, never mind. I'll fix it later. All right, so we have the infusion altar right here, and should we make another seed? Let's go ahead and make another seed. All right, seed. Let's see which ones we need. Stonium seed base, air, fire, water. Already made those. Stone, dirt, wood seeds, ice seeds. Ooh, ice seeds. Can we make that? I need ice though. Let me get the ice then. All right. Packed ice. Okay. All right, ice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we're going to need Inferium and Prosperity Seed Base. All right, Prosperity Seed Base. And we're going to need a couple of Inferium. All right, down you go. And what the redstone signal does is just that, you know, it just makes it go without having you right click like a lever or button or something. So as soon as you place the seed on it, it just goes. That's the only reason. You know? So cool. Now that we have the ice seeds, we can go back on top and then we can place it on our plot of farm, like right here. There you go. See how fast it's going? It's not bad, right? They're all in here. They're all in here. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put that inside a drawer. So just pull it out of the chest. Right there. Alright, cool. We got some ice essence. If we ever need more ice. So yeah, so that's the mystical agriculture farm. It's a more casual farm, you know. So yeah. Once you get the essences and a whole load of them, how the heck do you process it? Well, you can go ahead and use your AE2 system in order to autocraft it if you want to. But of course, it's going to be a crap ton of patterns. And they did make something to deal with that particular problem. And that is the quantum crafter right here. All right, there. I'm using it to process the nether star essences right there. So this one, it takes the nether star essence and combines it into a nether star shard. And then it takes those shards and then converts it into a nether star. So yeah, this is the quantum crafter. It's convenient. It's from the add-on Advanced AE. All you gotta do is plug it somewhere on your AE2 network, set the patterns, and it just goes. You know, it just goes. It's processing all your patterns right there. So yeah. Anyway, if you have nothing at all and you're just beginning in the pack and you just want to start mystical agriculture and you have like none of this stuff. Oh, I can't make the quantum crafter and stuff like that. Well, you can like go with the molecular assemblers. You know, make like some kind of sub network or ad hoc network. You know, make some simple patterns and just stack them on top of each other, and you know, make essences that way. You know, one molecular assembler will make prudentium, then the next one will make tertium, the next one will make imperium and supremium, and so on until it gets to the end of the line there. So that there are other things that can help you make stuff, such as the Psycraft has the fabricator right there. You can just make one recipe, pass it along to the next one, then pass it along to the next one, and yeah. So there's also something in mechanism. I forget what it's called, but there is a machine in order to deal with the recipes. Is this one? The formulaic assemblator. That's a mouthful right there. Ender.io has a crafter too, right there. You can use that one if you want to. And then Immersive has like a multi-block structure that you can make. Don't know what it's called. Maybe it's a crafter or something. Yeah, it's probably not that called, but it's a multi-block structure. You can make one of those if you want to. I think it has 3 spots in there too, so you can take advantage of that if you want to. Or, you know, you can just put it into your AE2 system, like I did, in order to make your Insanium recipes. So let's go all the way over here, and then you see all my patterns here. So if you want to make your crystals, you can also do that too if you want to. because the A2 system, when you don't have the Master Infusion crystal, will want to know how to craft all these, lower tier crystals in order to make your essences. So yeah, just plunk them down into like your pattern providers or your assembler matrix, and yeah, just set it, forget it, and wait, and eventually it'll just make your Insanium essence. Right there, look at that. I have patterns for this, and this. So yeah, it's all in here. I didn't have the assembler matrix or the quantum computer when I was making that, and it didn't take that long. It took like a bit of time in order to get to like Insanium essence, but it didn't take that long. It's cool. So once you get the quantum computer, imagine how much faster you can go making this stuff. And you can also, use the quantum crafter you want to, set it and forget it, and it just does it without you having to like request it. So that's very good. Now, elephant in the room. Yes, you can use the crafter from RF Tools. I put it here for a reason, because it's another low-hanging fruit. Okay? Just making sure that you see it, because I'm well aware of the crafter from RF Tools. Now, keep in mind that back in ATM10, the early days, we didn't have the crafter from RF Tools. We had to do it other ways. And then later on, much later on, it got added. So we didn't have the crafter early on. So you have to keep in mind other ways of making your stuff and processing your stuff besides having to rely on the crafter from RF Tools. It is not the only way to deal with it. Just keep in mind that. So anyway, here's the top tier of the crafter. You can just set your recipes over here. Set your first recipe for the lower tier essences. And then, you can get to keep your output over here for the next recipe to use in order to make the next one and the next one, so forth. You got like a couple of slots here for recipes. So once you get to the bottom of the line, or you get to like the end of the line, then you can output it and stuff. You can set this to remember current items, remember layout, etc. You can make it go slow and fast. Yeah, that sort of thing. It's a nice machine, But of course, the quantum crafter is modeled after the crafter, and it was supposed to replace that when it wasn't available. So there it is. There's the crafter. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into the fast stuff. And before we do, we're going to have to talk about the new stuff right here. This is Botany pots. I don't remember ATM10 having that, but it's probably not in there. But we have it here. So this is Botany pots. It's like, what was that other one called? I don't remember what the other mod was called. It's a pot. You put trees and crops in it, and it slowly grows, and then you can hopper it out inside an inventory. So cool. So I have 52, and Nether Star Essence right there. And yes, you can duplicate it. You can duplicate seeds with Botany pots. So I'm gonna put that right there. And oh yeah, some of the higher tier seeds requires something below your farmland. So this is Nether Star Crux. You want to grow Nether Star on your soil right there, you're gonna need a Nether Star Crux or one of the top tier farmland from Mystical Agriculture. Otherwise, it won't work. So I'm gonna put that there, and we're gonna watch it. Okay, no, I'm not gonna sit here. Jeez, give me this. There we go. One more seed and one more essence. Now, of course, you can imagine this is very slow. There's no upgrades to it or anything like that. I don't even know if the time bottle works, but I guess it does. But you can get extra seeds that way. So, cool. I mean, there might be a chance that, growing this particular crops up there can, give you an extra seed. Maybe if you use like different farmlands, it give you that. So, but if you don't want to do that, you can totally use the botany pots in order to get you extra seeds. So cool. Unfortunately, it does not give you extra, Nether Star Crux for it. So, but if you hit some seeds that requires, doesn't require any crux, then cool. That's cool. So yeah. Anyway, I have a whole load of Nether Star seeds and not enough of these Nether Star Crux. So how do you make the crux? There it is. Insanium Essence, Withering Souls. Of course, you gotta take out the Wither a couple of times in order to get it, but Alright, so anyway, so quantity may be an issue right there if you need to like take out a couple of Withers and grind it in order to get your Withering Souls and the crux right there. But there is a way you can get around that. There is a way you can get around that, and that is when we come up to the fast options right here. We have the Hydro Bed right there. I'm going to make another one. Hydroponic Bed right there. All right, let's check out the recipe for the Hydro Bed. It's a fertilizer, so you need to set up the fertilizer setup. You need simple machine frames. That means you need to get into Industrial Fork going, get the dissolution chamber with the latex and everything. You gotta get the latex, so cool. You need nether bricks, you need plastic and everything like that. So with the harvester pylons up there, real easy materials, you know. But for Industrial Fork going, well, you're gonna need to put in the work. So let's go to this one? No, this one. Right. Alright, so this is the passive platform where I generate crap. And there are a couple of Industrial Foregoing machines here. We have the latex going on here, just generate even more latex. We have the pink slime going. We have the, what is this again? Essence going. We have the biofuel going. We have the fertilizer going right here. And under the, under all these sheep right here is a sewer, which takes in dirty sewage and then goes into the sewage composter and gets turned into fertilizer. So we have like, well, we maxed it out, so we might as well just upgrade this, right? That's a lot of fertilizer right there. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's how you get the fertilizer in order to do that. And Industrial Foregoing is quite involved because you got to do this as well, get the ether gas and everything. And then over here, you got to get the soul lava. You know, that's something very much needed. We got to get the sludge. This is the plant gatherer. So every time you gather plants or crops or something like that, it generates like a bit of sludge. And then you can put that in the sludge boiler or something like that, sludge refiner, you know, to turn that into more usable blocks. But we're not doing that because we want to keep the sludge. And why do we need to do that? Because in Industrial Foregoing, we have upgrades, add-ons for your machines in order to make it go fast. And that's why we need to do all this in order to get the top tier add-on in order to make your hydros go fast. So in this pack, we have tier 8 of the add-ons. Top of the tier right there. That's what you're aiming for your hydros right there. If you want to go fast. Let's go back. Right there. So you want to see me go through the process of setting up the Industrial Fork going and deal with all that crap, setting up all that crap, because I'm not doing that here. It's going to be like, what, 2 to 4 hours? So, yeah. Just get the add-ons for tier 8 any way you can, and then you can have fast hydros. So let's go back down here. I went the long way, didn't I? Okay. Alright, let's get the hydro out. Alright, so this is the first hydro you're gonna make. You'll need to make a second one. And we'll see why in a moment. So let me get some cables. Okay, give me some of that. Get an export bus. Okay. And then we need to take out ether gas, like right there. Now, you remember how I get ether gas. We were just there like a minute ago, so... that right there. Alright, cool. And now, we're going to need to supply it with power. All right, there we go. We got power, and then we got ether gas, but not so fast. We need water in the damn thing. So we're just going to get a sink right there. Because we can't have enough of the sinks. It's infinite water after all. So we're going to plunk it down right there. And then from the water, let's see. We're just going to pull it out of the sink. Not that side. This side. Okay, not that side either. How about this side? No. Am I in the water? Okay, where are we? This is the front, right? I can't tell which one's the front. It doesn't... hold on. Pull. There we go. That's the one. Alright, now that we've got the water, it's not over yet. You gotta make the crux. So you need the crux under it in order for your nether star seeds to work. So we're gonna put the crux under here. That's why you need to like have some space under the hydro beds, because you never know when something requires the crux. And if you want to go fast, that means, you know, you're going to use the top tier seeds. There we go. We're going to put the seeds right there. And not so fast. You need the upgrade. So we're going to go ahead and make the add-ons, which at this point is a little bit annoying. And it's not the fastest it can be at the machines currently. So we are just going to... Well, what upgrades do we have in this machine? We have like none. We have none of the upgrades inside this machine. So, yeah, let's add one of these. And then we'll wait. Are you filling up with water? Push. No, pull. Pull it. Okay, pull in all the sides. Jeez. Alright, so as you can see, it takes a while in order to make each of the tier 8 add-ons. Because currently it's like, what, tier 4, tier 6 at the machines. So it's not the fastest it can be. So just gonna put that one in there. We're not done yet. We need the other ones too. So this is what? Efficiency? Okay. I'm going to get the processing one. And you may notice that it requires all these fluids. Ether gas, sludge, biofuel. It probably requires other things as well that's already done already. It requires dragon's breath, nether stars of all things, and a dragon head. This is why we need the dragon egg seeds. We need to make the dragon heads. There we go. There's the processing, and now we're going to make the speed add-on. Alright, there we go. We're starting to see some speed here in the hydro bed. Alright, we got our speed. And that is the last upgrade you'll ever get for the hydro bed right there. And look at the zoom. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. Alright, so what if you want to make this a little bit more efficient? Well, you're going to make the simulated hydro bed right there. And if you right click it, you may notice there's a lack of ether gas and a tank with water. Well, how do you do that? Well, let's go in here and we'll make the simulated hydro bed. Alright, there. Make one. And there we go. We got another simulated hydro bed, but not so fast. You also need the hydroponic simulation processor. And I'll tell you where to stick it after I plug this in somewhere. So let me plug it into... Oh, you know what? Let me just, yeah, just put it right there. Doesn't need water, doesn't need ether gas, so there's nothing to pipe in. So yeah, pretty neat. It's simulated after all. All it needs is power. So what you're going to do is you should be sticking this right here, but it's you got to set it first. So you go to your original hydroponic bed right here with your nether star seeds, and then you just put that right there. And it starts going. Look at that. Look at the efficiency that's going at. Pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. So when you're starting out with no add-ons and probably only like, I don't know, like tier 4, it's going to take a while just to get up to like at least 1 efficiency. So once you get like the 1 point whatever efficiency, you can just like pull it out, and then you can put that into here, and then you put another star seed in the other slot right there, and it just goes. But not so fast. You're gonna need the add-ons for this one as well. So take little add-ons from right here and plunk it down like right here. So cool. There you go. Simulated. You know, none of that laggy mess, rendering mess up top, and no nether star crux requirement that you need to put under here. It just goes. So cool. And you just pull it out with your modular router or pipes or whatever, and then put it inside drawers. You know, and then you process it with your quantum crafters. You can use the crafter you know. So in order to process all these essences right there. So is this the fastest it can go? No, you can just time it about it. There's no soul surge yet. So yeah, this is probably the fastest it can go, because there's no like tier 9 that I'm seeing, you know. Tier 9? What is this? Tier 6? Oh, thanks for giving me the other numbers. Thanks for that. What is this? Tier 8. I mean, it only goes up to tier 8. For now, anyway. So as far as I know, this is the fastest you can go with the simulated hydro beds. There might be other spooky magic or spooky tech that you can do, or maybe some draconian stuff that you can do in order to make it go faster. I mean, you just time in a bottle or something like that. Oh, you know what? Let's give this a try, yeah? There's no way this is gonna work, right? Let's see. Do this, that. Alright. And then how fast is it going? It's going that fast right there. Okay, do that. Nah, it doesn't work. Okay. It doesn't work with machines. It only works with gears and crops, you know. Oh well, worth a try, you know. You never know. You never know. But really, I mean, even if it goes this fast, all you gotta do is make another one. It's easy. It's real easy. So, in order to make this stuff, let's go to the hydros here. So the hydroponic simulation processor is just this, you know, a couple of plastic, redstone stuff, observers, and diamond gear. It's really easy to make. Of course, you gotta make this in order to make this one right there, simulated hydro beds, and of course, you gotta set up the fertilizer, you know, and of course, you gotta get all the add-ons. Requires like a full-on basic industrial foregoing setup if you want to do that. So if you want to go fast, this is the way to do it. So how do you make the original hydro bed right there? Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty similar. Very similar right there. So cool. I mean, you still need fertilizer in order to make the damn thing, but you don't really. You only just need one. You only just need the one. You know, just to set up your little simulation thing, the hydroponic simulation processor. So once you have one, then you're golden. You can set up everything else. And seeing how we have less seeds in this particular pack, you wouldn't need to put in that much work if you want to like get all of them, you know. Like, but why would you want like coral seeds? Where the heck are you gonna put it? So, who knows? Maybe you like coral, or maybe some breeze seeds. When the heck are we going to use those? Turtle seeds? Heck. So yeah, you gotta be a little bit picky and choosy, but maybe you're a completionist and you want to get all the seeds. Go right ahead if you want to do that, you know. So cool. All right, so there we go. A fast options for getting your mystical agriculture essence right there. You can even do it for Inferior one too, but it's really not necessary. Because what? I'm nearing 2 million right now, and it's only been like what? A few hours? Eh. So, you know, just wait a few hours. Watch your favorite series. And then you know, keep it on. Keep your game on. And you should have like plenty right there. So cool. So that's some of the mystical agriculture that you can do right now. And let's take a look at the Insanium stuff. Insanium stuff. What can we do with the Insanium stuff once you get it? Insanium farmland. Here's the Insanium ingots. What can you do with that? Oh yeah, you can make the other generators, I suppose. But for industrial foregoing. And let's see, these are export. Okay, that just takes regular ink, so screw off. Are there any other pages on here? Okay, no. Let's see. I guess I would imagine that you use that in the other altar. and then to make your other stuff or something. Okay, fine. Well, there's that. Ooh, what is this? The Awakened Draconium Crux. You can get the Awakened Draconium stuff if you want to do that. Yeah, so that's a thing to do if you want, like, deal with the tools and stuff like that. And let's see, enchantments, cruxes, and Awakened Draconium Essence right there. Awakened Draconium Nuggets, and this is all for the Draconic Evolution. Go that route. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. So Supreme Insanium apples right there. You might want to make a few of those if you want to, because it has some good buffs right there. But of course, there's not a lot of mobs that you'll be taking on in this particular pack. Obviously, there's no terrain. It's a sky void after all. And the only threat that you may be facing in the future is the Chaos Guardian. So good luck with that. So yeah, that's some of the mystical agriculture right there. You can make the armor if you want to. It's probably not going to do much against the Chaos Guardian, I'll tell you that. So, cool. Alright, so I think that's it for the mystical agriculture, for now anyway. Just going to get some process, get some more seeds, make some more plots, plunk them down, and, you know, just get some more essence, and I can process them. Mainly, the Dragon Egg seeds and the Nether Star seeds. Gotta get that Nether Stars, you know. Real useful right there. So, yeah. Yeah, so if you want to make the casual farm right there, you can go ahead and do it. Many ways to do it. More than one way to do it. You can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You know, you play how you want to play, and I play how I want to play. So this is the casual way, my casual way of dealing with the most of the mystical agriculture stuff. And if I want to, like, quantity, and I want to go fast, I just use Simulate Hydro Beds right there. And the performance is not bad. I don't see any major performance issues with having these here right now. I'm looking at it right now, and it's just like, they're alright. They're alright, you know? So, cool. Alright, so this has been another episode of All the Mods 10 to the Sky. I've been Boom Block, and I'll see you next time.